What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. I have some breaking news to report. May not be that breaking, but I think this news broke sometime last night. And that is inside the NBA, which appeared to be on its way to cancellation after, this season or next season? Will be licensed to air on ESPN and ABC beginning next season. After considerable uncertainty surrounding its future, it appears Inside the NBA will have a home going forward. After all, TNT will license Inside the NBA to air on ESPN and ABC beginning next season, according to a Saturday evening report from Joe Flint of the Wall Street Journal. The deal is reportedly part of a framework by which Warner Brothers Discovery and the NBA will settle their 4-month legal fight. Flint wrote, quote, "The accord gives Warner Brothers Discovery the ability to develop new shows with NBA content in the U.S. and abroad, and international NBA rights in parts of Northern Europe and Latin America, excluding Mexico and Brazil. Inside the NBA has aired on TNT since the 1989-90 season, the first year in which the network broadcast NBA games. Its panel, consisting of Hall of Fame forward Charles Barkley, considered the MVP of that crew, host Ernie Johnson, Hall of Fame center Shaquille O'Neal, and two-time NBA champion and former guard Kenny Smith, has long been acclaimed as one of the sports television's best. As part of the reported agreement, ESPN will also sublicense Big 12 Conference college football and basketball games to Warner Brothers Discovery that it can air on TNT as well as on its Max streaming service. Now, me personally, I have some trepidations about this as far as being a viewer and wondering whether the product will be as quality as it has been on TNT. ESPN, or as I like to call it, BSPN, is owned by Disney. So I wonder how much of themselves can they beat on there. I don't want to hear Charles Barkley toned down. I don't want to hear Shaquille O'Neal toned down. Kenny Smith is pretty much ESPN friendly or BSPN friendly. Ernie Johnson is pretty much BSPN friendly. Those two, I don't want them to be toned down. So what I gather from that is, while they'll have the licensing rights to Inside the NBA, they're not technically BSPN employees. I'm assuming, right? They're not, I'm not like I said, I'm not the best at legal, the subtleties of legal, how these things actually work, the legal processes, and how the contracts will be broken down and who they're subjected to as far as the technical. I know. Look, I just want to know: will the show be the same? Now, I remember Charles Barkley saying that he would retire rather than go on and being under the employ of others. But I think he changed his tune about that like 2 months later. So, I mean, if the product is the same, if it's the same as it has been, then great. But, all the good things do come to an end. I know Charles Barkley said it, in the past that he doesn't want to work until he's 70 years old. But, this is the thing. I remember, well, I wasn't alive then, but I remember hearing, if you look at Muhammad Ali, and I'm not trying to compare Charles Barkley and Muhammad Ali, although they do have a similar speaking style, but I remember as early as 1971, 72, Muhammad Ali was talking about retiring, right? Not fighting forever. But we saw how that panned out. It's one thing to say, man, I'm not going to be doing this until I'm 7 years old. I want to enjoy my golden years. But then at the same time, retirement can be very boring and repetitive. It can. And then sometimes, a lot of times people, when they're retired, they deteriorate. They're not driven. There's no purpose. Retirement, being idle or doing idle things, I guess I should say, relaxing can be great, but you need something, at least with me at least, you need something to stimulate your mind. You need something that keeps you going. So I wouldn't be surprised if Charles Barkley is in some shape or form for a very, very long time active in the journalism or media realm. So, like I said before, as long as they're the same and they're ESPN, not trying to interfere and tone down the product, I'm all for it. So, anyway, tell me what you guys think about this, because I think that this is a good thing, I'm assuming that since they're on ESPN now, there won't be no more of, since they're going to be ESPN and ABC. I forgot to mention they also be on ABC. That means that they'll be doing shows during the finals, right? I'm assuming. Since, ESPN and ABC have the rights to the NBA finals, and now that Inside the NBA will be airing there, I wonder if they'll be airing shows during the finals, because that's what we really want to hear. We don't want to hear that crew, that ESPN's first team. I mean, no disrespect to Mike Breen, but I don't want to hear what Richard Jefferson got to say. I do want to hear what Charles Barkley and Shaq got to say. And maybe they're not, the most intellectual. Maybe they don't take the technical / intellectual angle. Maybe they do dumb things down, but they're entertaining. And I don't watch television to be informed. I don't watch television to educate me, because that's just wasn't what they do. To be educated, to be honest with you, got to read and do research. I watch television to be entertained. And when it comes to being entertained, I don't think there's anybody better in the business when it comes to basketball than Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal. Now, when it comes to other things, I understand the criticisms of those two, especially Barkley, but they're entertaining. That's all that matters to me. But anyway, tell me what you guys think.